Hey, everybody. Welcome to my AMA. That was a super fancy intro. I liked that. I'm really excited. This is the first AMA we're doing with just me as a host and an artist. I'm Taco, by the way, community manager. And I'm super stoked to be joined by KENJI.
Yes, sir. Dude, it's good, man. Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, we just announced that you signed with Gala, which a lot of people are really excited about. So I wanted to jump on an AMA and answer some questions for some people. So we'll talk about music, but I think first I want to get some other important stuff out of the way. You are located in Atlanta.
Yes.
And so you know Waffle House is headquartered in Norcross. Have you been to the Waffle House Museum?
You know what? I've been here my whole life, and I didn't even know that existed. So no. Yeah, I'm kind of like a boring. So whenever my friends come through, I always tell people that I'm not the best host because, like, again, I've been here my whole life. There's also like a Coca-Cola museum, all kinds of stuff. I haven't done any of those kind of, I guess, more tourist type of stuff. I know that's a boring answer, but that's just, how it is. It's one of those things.
So what do you do when your friends roll through town? Where do you take them?
It's usually musician friends. So we'll go to the studio, we'll work. Nowadays, I work from home even. But I don't know. There's a lot of good food. So I will take them to different restaurants. But I got to look into the Waffle House Museum, though, for sure.
Absolutely check that out. I tell you what, I think we're going to be doing a Gala Live event down there. If I'm down for that, we're going to the Waffle House Museum.
That sounds amazing. We should definitely do that.
Awesome. My next question, in one of your videos I saw on Twitter, there's a Rubik's Cube on your desk. Was that like a weird flex? Are you really good at that or what?
So I used to know, I don't know how I forgot. I used to know how to solve one, but I don't anymore. And I just kind of keep it on the desk. It's like a nice little desk thing to look at. One of my friends actually just gave me a Pokeball, so I need to add that to the collection. But yeah, don't know how to do this anymore, unfortunately.
Sorry, I called you out on it. I thought you were going to pick it up and knock it out in 8 seconds.
That would be so cool. Do you know how to do one?
I have no idea. I've never been able to figure it out. No, I wish I did. It's so cool and people can just do it and they can look at it and know what the story is.
Yeah, but it's deceiving because people associate this with being super smart, and I don't want to take away from people that do know how to solve it, but I don't think it's more of I don't know. I'm not going to make myself look like an idiot and act like I know what I'm talking about because I don't even know how to do it anymore. So
awesome. People are watching this wondering what I'm talking about. Okay, we'll do some music stuff, I guess. So you weren't always a performer. You started out behind the scenes.
Yes.
With some pretty big deal people. What was your pre-artist journey like? What were you doing before you were performing?
Yeah, that's weird because I still don't consider myself a performer. That event in LA, that was only my second time performing. So not a lot of experience there. And I'm still definitely, trying to get my reps in and get better. But to answer your question, before the artist stuff, I was producing. I was producing for other artists, making beats and stuff.
For some legit names like Rihanna and Future and Migos,
Yep. Being in Atlanta, it's hip hop is. I grew up listening to a lot of hip hop, so it's. I think I don't really make that kind of music for my artist stuff as much. There's definitely influences, but yeah, I think it was a more of a proximity thing. I was just working with the people that were around me, and before I started the artist stuff, I started releasing music as an artist 2 years ago. So yeah, for I don't know, 5 years before the artist stuff, I was just making beats.
So what was the catalyst for you deciding you wanted to be on stage and be an actual artist?
Man, so it's interesting because yes, there are big names like that I can, that are on my resume, but I think there's a bunch of stuff. I mean, I think I just got frustrated with financially. It was like the highlights were very few and far between, right? And I got to experience some really cool things, but I still for some reason just felt like I didn't have anything to show for it. Like, yeah, cool, like credits are cool, but I'm still not really being able to. I'm like struggling to pay my bills. And maybe that's on me because like maybe I wasn't like my business acumen wasn't where it should have been or something. But hip hop is also kind of known for like not paying people on time or not paying people at all and stuff like that. And just one day I was at my place. I had a couple roommates at the time, and I lived with a bunch of other songwriters. And long story short, people would have microphones set up all over the house. And just one day I was home alone and I was like, let me try, like, I'm recording people all the time. I know the process. I know what goes into writing a song and stuff. So I wrote a song, I recorded it. And then as a producer, I would, I'm very picky with, my ear and stuff. And I was trying to be as objective as possible. And I was like, I don't think my voice is all that terrible. I could keep going. I could keep doing this, I guess. And so here we are.
So it probably helps a lot than having a producer background, like what you're doing and how it's supposed to sound and put things together.
Exactly. And there's a lot of the technical stuff that we don't have to get into, but just even like engineering vocals, I knew already how to do that. So yeah, I kind of came in equipped. I wasn't like jumping in totally brand new. But I mean, all that to say, singing and rapping, it's not like that was new. And so I even now I feel like I'm still getting better. Like every song I make, I can tell like, oh, I'm getting better, So yeah, in the beginning it was, 2 years ago to now, it's like, man, I can certainly tell the improvement difference.
That's awesome. Yeah, you mentioned the LA Live performance being your second one. When you came out, you were really apologetic about it being your second time on stage.
Oh man!
And you were like, it was really funny, and everyone's looking around like who is this dude? But then you started playing, and you were really good. And it's like why is this guy apologizing for being on stage? Like, this is quality.
Man, well, dude, thank you so much, and you've been so encouraging ever since then. So I really appreciate that, Taco. And yeah, just while I'm saying that, man, like I know like you're interviewing me right now, but I really just, dude, like every time we interact, whether it's like on Discord or Twitter or something, I walk away feeling like better about myself, and that's like so awesome. So dude, I just really appreciate you. So even I feel like you doing this AMA and just like I feel like you were like a part of the force of even me getting on Gala in a way, so just wanted to say that, man, while we're live.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been super fortunate to be where I am with Gala. I started on the community side and just fell in love with the whole vibe.
Yeah.
An opportunity came up to go to work for them. And for me, it's like I'm living this weird dream right now. Just like I'm in a part of an amazing community. If I can help, emerging artists join the platform, get recognized, like you mentioned, like there are a lot of musicians who have trouble paying the bills. Yeah. And I think Gala is a great platform to provide a different sort of revenue stream outside of the traditional music market to help,
totally
get artists the money they deserve for what they're doing.
Yeah. How long have you been with Gala?
I've only been with Gala since April. Whoa. So I'm still pretty new. But in Gala time, that's like 9 years. Things move so fast.
I've seen that. Yeah, it does seem very fast, which is cool. That's great. It's like the opposite of music. Like, the music industry, like working with labels and stuff, they're so slow. And
yeah.
I don't know if this is like too much information, but even like I've gotten paid one time from Gala, and like it was so fast. And like in the music industry, it's like the labels will take like a year or more to like pay you one check. It's like, dude, why does it take so long?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, we're trying to do things a different way, and it helps that a lot of people on the music team have real industry experience in music. Like they know the things that Gala is trying to fix. You know.
Totally.
So LA Live, how did you end up in that group? How did you initially connect with Gala to be a part of that? Those 10 artists.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned there's people on the team on Gala's team that are super, have a lot of experience in the industry. One of those people is Cyrano, who you just did the last AMA with. Also, his Brandon is his legal name, and Brandon has been a super, blessing in my life. When he was at SoundCloud, he was showing me love. Before that, he worked a lot with K-pop, and he got me involved in K-pop stuff. And so me and Brandon have done multiple deals together. We've just, done business together and stuff like that. And so when he joined Gala, like always, he just reached out, gave me an opportunity. And to be honest, at first, I wasn't going to do it because scheduling wise, it was so close. He hit me up. It was like a week before the event. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be in LA. I'm kind of busy. I'm doing stuff. And then obviously I ended up doing it, which I'm so glad I did because I needed to go out to LA anyways. So to answer your question, it was Brandon. He reached out and I,
because he knows literally everybody.
That's what it seems like. I didn't even know he knew all the people that he did until he started flexing on everyone with Gala, really showing out, who he knows.
That seems to be his whole vibe, just accidentally flexing just constantly the whole time. Like he just knows everyone in music. It's like, oh wow, this is crazy.
But ironically, it's flexing, but he's also like the most humble dude, like the nicest guy in the world. So it's not
for sure.
like weird. Yeah.
Like he knows everyone, but he's not like dropping names or being a jerk about it. Like he's awesome, super humble, super cool. I'm really glad he's on the team because he adds so much value to what we're doing. He's great.
Oh yeah, I love that guy, and I tell him all the time. It's like, yes, you bring a lot of value, like from a network perspective, but he's also just a good person, and like people like him. So that's also just like a huge lesson. Because when we were out in LA, I stayed with him. Because
cool.
It was so last minute, and so he opened up his home, and I was just telling him like again and again. I was like, bro, like people like working with you just because you're likable. Anyways, Brandon's the guy.
Yeah, he's great. Had you looked at Web3 prior to Gala, or was this like your total introduction to it?
I was definitely following along. There's a couple other platforms that I was, more like music-based platforms that I was watching, and I've been wanting to get involved. I didn't know how because a lot of these, like even Gala, it's like there's so many artists that hit you guys up that want to be on the platform. I feel like I would have just been one of those artists if it wasn't for Brandon, right? Like, so a lot of these platforms are like there's like wait list and all that kind of stuff. So now I've been following along, and I definitely have a couple friends that are smashing in Web3 and NFTs and stuff. So yeah, but this will be my first NFT, which we can talk about later, but with you guys, it's my first real jump into it, like in terms of being involved.
Nice. Crisp wants to know, like why Web3? What are some of the things you're interested in? Why is it exciting for an artist?
Where do we begin? I think one of the coolest things, which I think is obvious, is Web3 is it's the opportunity to, I guess, reevaluate art, right? I mean, we're seeing crazy, just how much money people are making with their art, but with music, it's one of these things that I think everybody knows it's super undervalued. Now, value is subjective, right? I mean, me and you, we have to agree that something is worth the same thing for, and that's what value is. So who's to say what's worth what? But I think it's just a cool opportunity, right? Just to maybe to give music a second, a second look instead of, 0.001 cent of a stream. maybe music is worth a little more than that, right?
We think it's worth a lot more than that. Yeah,
Same.
I'm right there with you. Who have been your biggest inspirations musically? Ill-Minded wants to know.
Yeah, that is a tough question for me to answer because I listen to so many different kinds of music. I mean, the first person that comes to my mind is Skrillex, musically, but also just everything else, like even brand-wise that he does. I listen to a lot of underground music, so I feel like, I can list off a bunch of names, but I don't think anyone's going to know who they are.
Give us a shot, man.
Yeah, there's a guy named Shinigami, love him. Aries, who's blowing up, I love him. I've been listening to a lot of like older artists from like the early 2000s, so like Vanessa Carlton I've been listening to, even like Hilary Duff I've been listening to. I love the like that music from back then. It's just like a different feeling. I feel like people don't make music like that anymore, so I've been trying to chase that feeling in my music. So because no one's really making that today, I've been going backwards, not so much like listening to new stuff now.
Yeah, I was also curious about your inspirations, because you had talked a little bit about what your genre sort of is, but it's I guess it's kind of like an emo pop.
Yeah.
What would you, if you had to put yourself into a genre, what would you call it?
There's a playlist on well, I guess all the DSPs have playlists now, and I've never seen it coined this way until I saw the name of a playlist say it this way, but like alt pop. But I think you kind of hit it on the head, emo, but it's still very pop. So something like that, but it is hard to categorize. It's a bunch of different things, depends on what song you listen to, because it'll always change.
Yeah, it seems like things are getting more and more complicated in general as far as artists blending genres and being in different, wanting to be in different musical stuff. October London has dropped a bunch of stuff with us, and he famously doesn't want to be put in a genre box because he's so talented and he does so many different things. He's like, I can do it. And right. So exactly. I'm on our list, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, that I'm right there as well. There's pros and cons to it. I like being versatile, but it is hard to like market in that way, because it's like, who do you market to? Because it's like people, I don't know, it's just like you have to define yourself somehow,
Right, like the people who want emo albums might not also want your country music.
Right, exactly.
Are you going to make a country album?
Well, I did spend a lot of time in Nashville. A lot of my best friends are there. Probably not. I mean, I do listen to country, actually. I think the songwriting in country is amazing, but yeah, that's probably one that won't make the filter on my own artistry. Not in any outright way.
Don't let me pressure you.
No, I mean, like I said, you never know.
The only genre I'm going to be pressuring people about, we get so many requests in the community for holiday music.
Oh.
And so I want to do a Gala holiday album, just because I think it would be fun, different.
Holiday as in like, are we talking like winter holiday?
Yeah, like Christmas music.
Dude, I love Christmas music, but it would be kind of cool to like somehow do like a Christmas sounding, but then make it like a Hanukkah song. That would be fire.
For sure. There's so many options, and do like an album with like 20 different artists doing a different song. I think that would be hot.
You know what I was thinking last night? Because I was watching the announcement you guys dropped with Bone Thugs. Because I guess you guys are partnering on a tour for them. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
That it would be so cool. Like once more artists are like onboarded, and then once the whole live event thing, does its first run, it would be kind of cool to get some of the Gala artists together and then do a tour together. I feel like that would be fire.
I'm 100% with you. They do that with the reality shows. So like The Voice will have like their top 12 or whatever go out on a tour after, so you get to see them all.
Yep. It just makes so much sense because it's like the people that have the NFTs and like it just lines up. It's so perfect.
Yeah, I hope the strategy guys are watching this right now.
I'm saying.
Scott,
free ideas.
All worked out, man. That's awesome. So you're dropping an NFT with us, obviously, but what's next for you, big picture musically? Like, what are the things you want to start doing?
Well, right now I'm very focused on continuing to build my platform, build my audience. So keep focusing on that. I do everything myself. So when it comes to marketing, even down to the music, I produce everything myself. I would like to start collaborating more. That's one of my goals. And eventually building my audience enough to where I can tour and play shows. I am in the middle of like working on something touring in Asia, but that's going to be way later down the road. Most of my audience currently is based in Asia. But you know, one thing at a time. What I do is even before signing with Gala, how I've built my fan base currently. For the past 2 years, I've been dropping a song every single month. Sometimes more, sometimes like a couple songs, more than one song a month. But yeah, so even like with Gala, that's what I plan to continue what I'm doing now, but just tying the NFTs into it. So every month I will be dropping a new NFT along with the song itself. Unlike,
because why not?
Yeah, exactly.
I think this is also a great community for collaborating. Like you mentioned that, like when Snoop and Aoki dropped their couple of tracks together, it was like, wow, this actually makes a ton of sense. Like if you hooked up with someone else who's dropping tracks with us, and we could collaborative NFTs, I think stuff like that's really special.
Heck yeah. See, I didn't even know they did that, but that's makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's actually, they're really good tracks too. Like you wouldn't expect it to necessarily work together, but I don't know. Snoop kind of works with everybody, right?
Yeah, well, you know, and Steve Aoki's also, I mean, he's worked so much in hip hop. It actually makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, he's also great. So we announced to the community that you're doing an NFT. We haven't been specific about it. When can we expect that NFT to drop for our community?
The plan is soon, next week, hopefully sometime. I don't know if I should say this, but like I personally wanted to drop it this week, but obviously stuff happens, life happens. So it got pushed to next week, but whenever makes sense, you know, it's ready to go. So
I think next week sounds good. Let's do it next week.
Heck yeah.
I think people are ready for it. I've seen a lot of people from the community, especially from the LA Live show, have a lot of interest in you as an artist, which I'm assuming you've also seen some of that.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing. I was texting all my friends that are in Web3 and I was just telling them, I was like, man, I understand like all the hype is real. I felt the love from the Gala community. It's been amazing. Like I'm so excited. I'm so excited to drop the NFT.
Awesome. I'm excited too. Obviously, we're doing MMA on it. So I think that feels like a pretty good place to wrap.
Sure.
We've been talking for almost a half an hour now. Hope people aren't super bored with it. I am going to play out with the song that you're dropping with us so everybody can hear it, which is named See the Stars.
Yes.
Which I think is really good. I'm going to buy it. So thank you so much for joining us. I think this was really cool. Obviously, you're already in our Twitter, or in our Discord, rather.
Yeah.
So just stop by, say hi, and let's sell out this track.
Let's go.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
DJ
See the
KENJI.
stars in the sky shining down on us tonight. Everything will be alright, everything will be alright. In the clouds, you and I, it's a feeling, it's a vibe. Don't you worry, we'll be fine. Don't you worry, we'll be fine. See the stars in the sky shining down on us tonight. Everything will be alright, everything will be alright. In the clouds, you and I, it's a feeling, it's a vibe. Don't you worry, we'll be fine. Don't you worry, we'll be fine, yeah. And I just wanna feel alive. I know we'll make it if we try. We're closer now to paradise, paradise. I feel so disconnected from who I used to be. I can barely remember. Wake me up from this dream. Take me back and I'll cherish all that I couldn't see. Maybe I can still get there. I just need a release. Ooh, I can't live a lie. I'm trying to move on, but it's hard to say goodbye. Ooh, I still wonder why. I'll leave it all behind this time. See the stars in the sky shining down on us tonight. Everything will be alright, everything will be alright. In the clouds, you and I, it's a feeling, it's a vibe. Don't you worry, we'll be fine. Don't you worry, we'll be fine. See the stars in the sky shining down on us tonight. Everything will be alright, everything will be alright. In the clouds, you and I, it's a feeling, it's a vibe. Don't you worry, we'll be fine. Don't you worry, we'll be fine, yeah. Can you see the stars wherever you are?